Hi, Ed.
Hi, Holly. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Let's just jump into it, shall we? Woo! Okay, so let's introduce our guest. I'll let him introduce himself to you. Here he is.
Hello. My name is Aaron Tatham. Most people tend to know me as DJ Azzza in the music industry. And yeah, I'm just glad to be here today.
Ah, that's nice.
Nice to meet
Via
you, mate.
Zoom, via Zoom.
Yes.
Via Zoom. Yeah.
We are actively supporting and following the advice and guidance by our current government during the lockdown COVID-19 virus pandemic.
Yes, and we are going into lockdown on Thursday, aren't we?
Yeah, so I can't wait.
Oh, neither can I. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Now, Holly, are you going to be following those guidance rules?
Yes, I am. I have 2 jobs that I have to do and complete. So I will be, unfortunately, wearing a mask throughout those 2 jobs.
Yes, well, hopefully. I assume we're going to be doing these podcasts at home.
Yeah, we're going to have to. This is probably the last time we're going to do podcasts here
Oh, no.
at the moment.
Well, don't worry, because in our own establishments, I'm sure we have...
Well, we will, but we can still continue working because we are allowed to.
I'm sure
The government says we are allowed to.
I'm
so
sure
we
we have omnidirectional microphones with pop shields.
Yes. No, sorry, I'm going to call them windshields now because apparently that's
Windshields.
what we're calling them.
Yes.
So, sorry, we'll get back to Aaron, sorry. So, Aaron, who are you and what music do you produce? Sorry for the direct question. I was like, just get it to the point.
Boy, I mean, if you guys got like a massive sheet of paper to kind of go along with this, I think you're going to be here for a long time. But I'll keep it short and sweet for you lot. I am first and foremost a producer, mostly electronic producer. But you guys don't know EDM. I mainly just call it electronica, but we'll just stick it with that anyways because I want to go into that Americanized way of calling it. Singer, songwriter, bit of a rapper, bit of a drummer. Well, okay, so I'm a bit of a drummer. I've taken 8 rock school grades, so I guess you could say I'm somewhat.
You are. If you've done a grade, then you're definitely a drummer. If you've done grades,
a one-man army.
Yeah.
If you want to put it blatantly.
Which is kind of what you need to be now, instead of relying on other people.
Oh, yes.
Really?
No. Never trust anyone else. Be your own person.
Except the people that you trust to work with, everybody. You're on one today. You really are, aren't you? I know you are. Please be careful with what you say today. Okay? Excellent news. Thanks.
Oh, don't worry. I don't think Ed has to worry. I've said a lot worse on Facebook. And you've already seen this, Ed, so you know all too well.
Oh, mate. No, trust me, because we follow each other. We follow each other on Facebook. We both know what goes down.
Yeah, but the point being, other people don't. So other people don't follow you, so they don't know what you do say. So let's keep it
PG.
because my nan doesn't watch, but my mum watches. And she's already told Ed off for swearing.
Sorry, Claire.
Well, that's not my mum. That's not my mum. That's Becca's mum, isn't it? That's not my mum.
Sorry, Susan.
That's it. Shush.
Me then.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep it PG for
But
you guys.
fine,
Don't
you
worry.
can swear because it'll probably come out. It's fine. Don't worry. You can swear. Whatever. It's permission, and I'll just say we.
It's all good. I'm used to it. Being a radio presenter for 5 years, I've already got the experience I need.
It's fine.
Not trying to brag. What?
So let's talk about you remixed Mikey Brannon's "In Our House." Yeah. Cool. I got that right.
That is correct.
So I actually watched the video yesterday. Your remix video, and he was in his pajamas, which I found quite funny. Why were you in your pajamas? Was this a conscious? Was this a conscious choice?
Or dress up and just be stuck at home, am I?
Well,
what's the point in that?
Well, you could have put a 3-piece on. It would have been a 3-piece suit. Yeah, you could have. But why did you decide that pajamas was the way to go? Was it because it was locked down and you thought everyone else is wearing pajamas, or?
I just think it's that. Plus, I just think it's probably the more appropriate attire, given how most people are just going to be just stuck in. So I just thought, why not in pajamas? I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it. So. I don't know. I think it was just one of those things I just came up with. I just, do you know what? I'll just stick with it.
Okay.
Ultimately.
You know what I think?
Please do tell us.
I think, with making these videos during lockdown, it's all about being comfortable, isn't it? You don't shave, don't get a haircut. All about being comfortable in the moment. Wear some comfortable attire, maybe pajamas, maybe some form of nightie, dressing gown. And you know what? If it works.
So basically, you're just reeling off a list of what you wear to bed.
No.
So you could have just said your bed, your pajamas, and
and if that works for the music video, then fair enough to the geezer.
Fair enough. You got Ed approval, so that's all you need. Really, you've got his one.
Works for me.
Yeah,
that works for me.
Yeah.
So what made you want to remix the song? Was it like a Mikey?
The idea came from Mikey because he was like, okay, I've had it from the album from last year because it took about 4 years for him to get this one out, and just thought, do you know what would be a cool idea if I just kind of get the vocals from it, and then if you just do your own spin on it, and we just kind of release it as like an EP. We were kind of thinking of it more as, we can keep people entertained as to kind of, not feel quite down during lockdown. So yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Oh, cool. Any questions, Ed, on the video, on the song, on the video, or the song, or both together, or equally apart?
Yes, I do have a question. How did you find it complicated to add the video to the music? Was that a challenging task to sort of match up video clips to the audio?
I would say it was, but the trouble is, Michael was actually the one to do it. I didn't actually do it in the end. Given how he does with his editing, I imagine it probably didn't take him that long. Let alone
I must make a disclaimer for the audience, because this is actually part of our business. I can say that Ed does not touch the video or the editing of the video. So this is why he is asking the question. Okay? He does understand his job role. That is not his job role. Okay. Sorry, Aaron, please go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, Aaron. But I believe this is the video that you and that chap Mikey, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like playing a guitar outside or something like that? This is the video I'm thinking of.
This is the original video.
Oh, you're talking about the latest one, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
the one that dropped a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never seen something so brilliant in my life.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is
you can chuck it up to man like Jacob. He was the one doing all the editing for that.
This is genuine from Ed.
His visuals are insane.
Yeah.
We're quite insulted you didn't use us.
Holly.
That's how we went. You didn't use us though, Aaron, did you?
If you guys are available for the next one, just to make it up for you lot, if you guys are available during December, we are doing another one. You fancy getting involved for that?
No. It's winter now. The summer's next year.
Ed's very select with what he actually wants to pick. What? Why are you turning down work?
No, it's too far away.
No, it's not too far away.
Might change his mind.
Hey, it's a good opportunity, man. Come on. No swing guys would choose like that.
Honestly,
good.
I don't understand. Like, if we left the clients up to Ed, we wouldn't have any. I really want you to bring us a client one day. I would be like, oh my God, Ed, you've stepped up to the plate. Well, Holly, you've got a promotion.
Holly, I have a story for you.
No.
So this this one time, I was at a train station, outside a train station, smoking.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, okay. I know the story. Continue. Yeah.
And so for some background, Holly had donated some business cards, to which she had instructed me to give out to possible clients and make relations with them. In fact, I did this very well. There was a person who seemed quite alternative. They looked quite alternative with their type of dress. They had coloured hair. They looked pretty nice. They looked very like a sociable type of person. So I'd noticed that this person was eyeballing me quite a lot. So I'd approached them with one of my business cards. Sorry, with one of our business cards, and said, "Oh, hello. If you're interested in this type of work, we'd be happy to assist you." And I don't know if they ever ended up contacting you, Holly, but
did you even establish that they were musical?
They said
before you handed the card over.
No, well, we had a very brief conversation about music, and they said that they are songwriters.
Okay, fair enough.
And I showed them the website, and they were very impressed. But the conversation was cut short as I had to
get on a train.
The train home from the railway station. But
well, at least you're stepping up. At least you're handing out the cards, and he's doing the thing. Yep. So I'm very impressed and proud that you've done that.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Moving on from that wonderful story. Cool. Okay. I have to move it on.
I blame you.
So what is your favourite microphone plug-in or hardware? Any one of those things. Pick at random what you want.
I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. I'm quite a massive fan of reverb. Like, I'm not going to lie. Anything that's involving either vocals or any of, like, mostly producer people, especially those who do a lot of dance music, mainly just doing it on, like, different players and just stacking them up. If I just usually just, okay, not drench it, but have it to the point where it's sustainable, and kind of drown it the rest of the mix. But yeah, reverb's a big one. I say compression too. I do like to make my stuff feel quite a bit louder, especially with bass. I'm a massive bass head, so if any of you guys attend this with my stuff, you will expect a lot of bass in my production. That is a guarantee.
Aaron, sorry to interrupt, but just to take you back to your comment on bass and you recording bass and all of that. Are you more interested in bass around the 200 to 300 hertz scale, or under 200 hertz? So that is bass and sub bass. Which do you prefer when you are mixing? What do you go to?
I'm gonna be honest, it's probably more sub for me. But it depends, because usually it depends on the style I do, obviously. Usually, if it's like, say, I'm just gonna throw like an example, like Tropical House, for example. I would usually just do like a top end that's just a bit more high, and then obviously just have the sub, which is pretty gnarly.
Yep.
Other times it'd be I just take the bass, I just take everything else, I just strip out all the high and the mid, and just take all that, and then just usually just have it just sort of really moody. I don't know. I kind of making a lot of moody basses in my production. Yeah. It's kind of a thing now.
I think it's very important to know, and I'm sure you know this, but I'm just saying it.
We've touched upon this, I think, in the first one.
I'm just mentioning this just for our viewers. With sub basses for things like laptops and mobile phones and speakers which are unable to produce those types of frequencies. It is beneficial to have some form of harmonic frequency or layered sound on top of like a normal bass, so you were still able to hear the bass. But let's say I was listening to like some DMB track on my phone, I would not be able to hear most of the low end, and it wouldn't excite me as much as it normally would do if I was listening with some headphones. And just for our viewers' sake, we do have to cater for that when mixing any track that involves those types of sounds.
So what you're saying is, for the viewers, is to when you mix something, go to different reference points, as in headphones. If you have a car, go in a car.
Sit in the car.
Sit in the car.
Idea.
Or, my favourite, which I have done, is play something out of a supermarket tannoy, which I have done that, and I was allowed, and they said, okay, Holly, that's fine, you can go and do that, and I did it, and it was quite nice to listen to it out there. But because it's like quite tingy,
Love it.
it lost a lot of its lovely elements that it had.
What is beneficial of playing your track out of a tannoy system?
Well, apart from the fact that it's cool, if you are okay, so basically,
just imagining tainted love coming out.
Tainted love. No, but if it's coming out of the tannoy and it's coming out of the speakers that connect all through the store, you can
walk around.
Yeah. No, you can hear the reference point of this is what it would be like in store.
And coming from an acoustics point of view, you can also see how the sound reflects from the whole around the whole store.
Well, yeah, that depends on if the store's got good speakers, which are average, but they're okay.
And also, just a point to add as well, if you have a set of studio monitors and you are sitting in your studio, walk around, or wherever it is. If it's in your room, just walk around the room, because as we all know, bass frequencies like to travel around. Sorry, I'm not sitting in front of the microphone, which is
you get told off,
which is not omnidirectional. Yes, it's beneficial. Just have a bit of a walk around. Have a bit of a good time. Be chill with it, and
be chill with it, everyone. Ed said, "Be chill with it."
And don't be closed to the possible idea of development to your track as well. Otherwise, you won't get anywhere.
Thanks for that, Ed.
Whilst mixing.
So, Aaron, how are you finding working with artists remotely? Are you finding that the stuff they're sending you is a bit, I don't want to say bad, I'll say not well recorded, should we say?
Do you find that it is of the same quality which you would normally have while in person?
I would find...
I think I got that. I think I got it the first time. I think for me,
thank you, Aaron. Can I just say, I always do this, and I always say, why on earth does Ed repeat my question and makes me sound like an idiot? Because he really does it, and I was like, actually, I think Holly's trying to say it this way. No, everyone understands the way that I've said it. Okay, moving on.
I hate to say that it's jarring, but it is kind of a little bit jarring at the end. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try and take a dig at you, mate.
Sorry, Aaron, go on. Aaron, sorry, go on. Sorry, Aaron, go on.
Yeah, returning to the topic at hand. I don't know, it depends, because I tend to follow producers like Skrillex and stuff, and he's even admitted in an interview before when he was making, he was now. I'll get back to it. Basically say that he will deliberately just put in bad sounds anyway, so kind of mix them in together to make it sound better. So it just depends, because you can make stuff that sounds, okay, maybe not albeit studio quality, it sounds somewhat better. It's just kind of how you do it. It's like, say, you take a whole recording and try to isolate the vocals out of it. I've done that before, and the trouble is you can get the vocals nice, and you can also get other, say, if you're taking up the mids and the lows, you can still get like a bit high house and like pads kind of in there that you can try and isolate, but it just wouldn't sound as good. It depends, but usually it's not always the best unless you just get it all isolated. So
yeah,
I prefer stems and just ripping stuff out.
I mean, I had a session booked, and it was, I don't know why he's putting his hand over. I had a session booked, and obviously it got cancelled because of the whole. It was just. Yeah, it got cancelled because of the trains or whatever.
Outrageous.
Well, and then we had to do it remotely, and I thought, oh God, this is not going to go. I can't do it. No. And actually, to be fair, he sent me the backing vocals, and he sent them over, and we did it. I think took us about 2 hours to do it, because he kept back and forth. I had to bounce everything out to say that it was doing it like that, and it was all right actually. And I was surprised, because I didn't ask him if he was recording it on his phone or if he did it via a DAW. I didn't ask him. They'd sound quite cool, and they actually sounds okay. So it's changed my personal opinion of, you can't do it remotely, don't do it, and that's crap. I think you can, if you do it properly, not if you do it badly. Badly, just write it off. But
well, I think there are two. There are a few points that you need to consider whilst communicating with someone trying to do mixes online or send audio files or whatever. The person who is doing the recording has to have some form of understanding on how to record properly, and follow a click track, and they need to have some form of DAW as well. And whilst equally there needs to be a form of proper communication between client and producer, because if you don't have those two things, it's going to be a nightmare. It would be quite a struggle. I mean, I was doing the exact same thing when I was in the boot camp, to do a boot camp, unfortunately, a couple of terms ago. And,
it's okay now, everybody.
It's okay now.
Everyone, it's okay now.
I'm on top of my
He's on top of it. He's on top of it.
Yeah, I'm on top of it, but I just haven't done it. But
moving on from that point, I was going to go off into a tangent about how are you on top of it if you okay, sorry, go on.
So, it's just you need to have the communication, and to be honest, I think the tools as well. So if the client doesn't have a form of recording device or a microphone or whatever it might be, it would be quite hard. But if we're working with people in the music industry, you'd make the basic assumption that, I don't know, I'd have a microphone, you'd have a microphone, we'd both be able to record, we both have audio interfaces. So.
Thank you for that, Ed. I always have to thank your points are valid.
It's cool, stay on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, are you working on anything new at the moment?
So at the minute, I'm currently recording for Mikey because he, as I said earlier before, he took 4 years to get his previous album out. So he literally came up to me, I was telling last year, I was like, hey, you're a reasonable person who can do production well and likes to be on time. Help me produce my album. So we've been working on that. We did a session actually yesterday. I'll be with you exactly too much because I had to just MIDI in a lot of instruments, but we're making progress. We're about halfway through. Besides that, there's a lot of originals. I'm just coming up with just like new instrumentals for people to send off for singers, for rappers. A couple of remixes I'm working on as well. And then just some other little bits and bobs I'm just helping out with, whether it's mixing or just mastering it, for instance. So, yeah. Kind of got my hands in a lot of things at the minute.
Busy, yeah.